this, but we're gonna make the best of today. Lots going on across the NCAA landscape, man. Of course, you still got the big debacle going on, the big FBI probe. It's still steadily developing into more and more different things, but it is about to be tournament week in NCAA basketball. But first, before we get to tournament week, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very crazy 48 hours in the ACC when it comes to college basketball. First, Monday night, Virginia Tech upsets Duke at Virginia Tech. It's a beautiful thing to see as a Hokie fan. Hokie high. Shout out to them old Virginia Tech Hokies. And we got a Duke fan sitting next to me, so I thoroughly enjoyed that W. JP has that L feel.
We'll see y'all in March. Maybe.
Aww. He sounds so hurt over there.
I'm Gucci.
Sounds so hurt over there. It's amazing how when people lose, their teams lose, all of a sudden it's we'll see you in the tournament. No, enjoy your loss. Enjoy that loss. It feels good. It feels good.
Coach, what you say, it don't matter what you do in November and February, does it? Nope. I don't think so.
And then last night, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it, if you missed this on SportsCenter last night, or of course it was on ESPN, North Carolina falls to Miami at the buzzer in North Carolina.
Is that the only one that just heard that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
Crazy situation in North Carolina. We got some things going outside the studio right now. Not sure what's going on out there, but I'm sure if we hear
it's gonna
sirens,
be a Monday discussion. If I take off, Sean, you better gallop. Boy.
If we hear sirens, we know what's going on outside the studio. But very, very exciting game last night between the Miami Hurricanes and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Got a chance to watch the game myself. Joel Berry is a beast, by the way.
Oh yeah, much respect to Joel Berry, bro, and Theo. I watched the little post game senior thing when they talked. I got much respect for those guys, man. Those guys could definitely play ball, and it was good going against them for 4 years, and so you know, much success hopefully for them in the future, whether it's here or overseas or whatever. But they're going to be playing for somebody.
Well, you still got the big matchup coming up: North Carolina versus Duke.
Oh yes,
round 2.
Oh, yes, we've waited 3 weeks for this.
Should be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. But I think the most important night, folks, if you're a basketball fan, you've got to be aware of what's going on in HBCU basketball right now. In the MEAC, there's a 5-way tie for first place. I've never seen anything like this in college basketball before. A 5-way tie for first place with everybody has one game remaining, and that game's tomorrow night.
Don't nobody want to win.
No, I mean, people are just playing well at the end of the season. Yep, people are just playing well at the end of the season. And it's going to be crazy tomorrow night. I'm going to be glued to my phone tracking these scores because it's going to be.
And what do they play tomorrow? South Carolina State?
Well, we're going to go through the whole lineup because all 5 teams that are vying for first place are in action. And essentially the tournament seedings will be decided tomorrow night. So it could be it could be some heartbreak. Somebody's going to be crowned the regular season champion. You could have a tie for the regular season championship. It's going to be a lot going on tomorrow night in the MEAC, and I'm excited about it. But here's what you can look forward to tomorrow night in MEAC basketball because it's going to be a wild, wild west show out as you got some rivalry games going on. You've got Hampton at Norfolk State. Norfolk State hosts Hampton. Hampton's on a big run right now. They've won 7 straight, but they've got to go to Norfolk State, Battle of the Bay Part 2. Bethune-Cookman takes on Florida A&M at Florida A&M. Florida A&M has upset the number 1 seed, number 1 team in the conference twice already at their home gym. So with Bethune-Cookman going there, Cookman's 11-4, Hampton's 11-4. Possibilities of major upsets going on. Savannah State will travel to South Carolina State. Savannah State beat South Carolina State previously 111-99 at home. But the Tigers will be on the road. They leave sometime this afternoon to make their way up to Orangeburg, South Carolina, on the campus of South Carolina State. So stay tuned for that. Tigers play at 7:30. The Bethune-Cookman FAMU game's at 8. The Hampton game's at 8. The other team that's tied for first place, North Carolina A&T, takes on North Carolina Central, who Savannah State just beat at 7:30 at North Carolina Central. So a lot of the number 1 teams have to travel to win. You got to win on the road to get this championship. So it's going to be fun.
All Savannah State has to do is win.
Savannah State
don't need to be worried about everybody else.
Savannah State has to win and wait.
But their first job is to win. You got to win. If you lose, it don't matter what everybody else does, because unless all 4 teams lose,
it's gonna be fun to see tomorrow night. Like I said, I'm gonna be glued to my phone. Morgan State plays Delaware State. Howard plays Coppin State, but neither one of those 4 teams are in the argument right now. I believe Norfolk is the 6th seed, They're right on the outside, so if Norfolk can beat Hampton, that's going to pull Hampton down to that guaranteed 5 seed for the MEAC Conference tournament. Folks, we talk about this because the difference in these seedings in the tournament is this. You have a 5-way tie for first place. The 1, 2, and 3 seed play either Wednesday or Thursday. 1 and 2 seed plays Wednesday, 1 plays Wednesday morning, 1 plays Wednesday night. The 3 seed plays Thursday. Now, if the 1 and 2 seed, the 1 and 2 seed win it, they have an off day and they don't play again until Friday. The 3 seed wins Thursday, they play Friday. Win Friday, you play Saturday for the championship, which will be on ESPNU. So it's going to be interesting how these things fall out. The 4 and 5 seed automatically play Monday or Tuesday. You're going to want these bye games because it's going to be time to rest.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's going to be very interesting tomorrow night.
13 teams in this tournament.
13 teams in the tournament. The 13 seed plays the very first game of the tournament, well, second game, because the women's 13 seed plays first. But it's going to be very interesting to see because you got to figure you got to play 3 games in 3 days. You're going to be tired.
Oh yeah.
Whereas you get that Wednesday game, you got Thursday off. You play Friday, you win Friday, you play Saturday. So you're going to be tired Saturday, but so is the other team because they're played for that chance to play Saturday as well. But if you got to win Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that's the gauntlet.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially the MEAC.
I don't like Howard, Coppin State, Maryland Eastern Shore, or Delaware State's chances right now.
Well, they're bleak.
Yeah, bleak.
They're bleak. Bleak is a good way to put it.
Bleak?
But like I said, it's all going to come down to these 5 teams in the top. Hampton and Norfolk State are going to cancel themselves out. Bethune-Cookman has a high chance of being upset by FAMU. And Savannah State has to win.
They got to win.
At South Carolina State. South Carolina State's not too much further down. They're only 4 games back out of first place. 5 games back.
All you got to do is win. That's it. If you win, you're in.
As DJ Khaled said, just win, baby, win.
If you win, you're in. If you lose, you're gonna need some help.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot. You're gonna need help if you win too, because you still need some teams to lose. If you need teams to lose so that way you can get an outright championship. You don't want to. You don't want.
What's more important, an outright championship or a bye in the first round?
Well, if you still have a tie, you have to go through the process either way.
Well, if you have so if Savannah State, let's say Savannah State, Hampton wins, everybody else loses. Hampton has a tiebreaker because they beat y'all.
Well, we beat them as well. That's the thing, and I think I'm pretty sure what it comes down to is overall record, which is terrible because most of the other schools against the MEAC didn't play anybody in the offseason. In the non-conference, most of these schools didn't play anyone. Delaware State has the next toughest schedule outside of Savannah State.
No kidding.
So, my opinion, it should go off a strength of schedule, not overall win-loss ratio. Because, you play the tougher schedule, you should get credit for that. Evans Davis had a comment on Facebook Live. He said, wishing all the former Pirates luck as they enter the last game of the regular season and conference tournament. Quay Lardy's at North Carolina A&T, who we are cheering for tomorrow night. I was cheering for him and talked to him on Monday. Corey Tillery's at Tennessee Tech at Division I. You got 2 players that moved up for head coach Evans Davis to the Division I level. Montrell Goldston is at Limestone. And KJ James just received honors at Valdosta State, doing big things. And Kaylin Clifton at King University. Lots going on, man. We got Pirates everywhere.
Sometimes the tiebreaker is who is the highest ranked team you beat in conference.
And see, Savannah State was the number 1 team. If it's a tie between Savannah State and North Carolina A&T, Savannah State wins it because they beat North Carolina A&T, and A&T didn't play Savannah State again. They only had a one game playoff, so that would give Savannah State the win. If it's Bethune-Cookman that we're tied with, Bethune beat the bricks off of Savannah State, 121-93 at Bethune. So those are all things that you have to look at coming into the tournament. It's like I said, it's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun to see. My boss from the band just called me earlier. He was like, do you have any idea what's going on with the seedings? I was like, nobody does.
Well, put it this way. If you lose,
you're playing Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. So all you got to do is win. A 12-4 record is the maximum for what's going to happen in conference.
Yep.
So if you have that, you're basically going to be in first place or tied for first.
But like I said, Hampton and Norfolk State are automatically going to cancel each other out. North Carolina Central, they have a chance to beat A&T, but I don't think so. I would like for it to happen, but I don't see that happening. But it still gives us the win because we beat North Carolina A&T. So we'll see what happens. we will see what happens. Stick close to the phones because we'll keep you guys posted. We will definitely be giving you guys all the updates on the MEAC standings as we get into it. We had a player from Monday night's game that was nominated for the Sports Center top 10.
I saw that.
Alante Fenner put a defender for North Carolina Central flat on his back with a behind-the-back crossover. And Monday night's game, it went viral, had over 50,000 views, 50,000 likes, and all good stuff. But shouts out to our good friend Alante Fenner. And shouts out to the seniors, Tiger seniors. We had senior day this past Monday. They did big things. And they
what was
won
that
the
song they came out to?
I have no idea. That was a complete debacle for the opening of the game. So, yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. Shouts out to our good friend DJ Protocol, who is no longer the DJ for the Savannah State Tigers. He played his last game this past Monday. So shouts out to you, Ben Adams. And I appreciate the support in the show. We were supposed to have Yusha Adams in studio today, but we had to reschedule Yusha.
Who?
We'll have him later on in the week.
Who?
Yusha Thomas, I'm sorry. Yusha Thomas. My bad. I apologize, Yusha. We will have you back on the show later on this week. Y'all make sure you check out his apparel line, YushaThomasApparel.com, so that way you guys know what we're talking about and have a good time. Grant Pearson, I see your comment. You got to let us know what you're talking about, and we'll give you all the information you might need. But we have no clue what he's talking about.
Though? What is he talking about?
The move that put Alante on the Sports Center top 10. It's all over my page, sir. All over my page.
Go on his
because
page,
my vocals are on the back end of that video, by the way. Had to put that out there. So check this out, JP. The Golden State Warriors, who turned down a offer from President Trump to visit the White House, are still going to D.C. next week.
Right.
They're going to take a group of young children and young folks to the African American History Museum.
That's a good look.
Trip. It's great. That's a great look.
That's a great look.
It's a great look.
Community is important, and we all know that. Seeing that we do what we do for community, but I mean, it's a good move. Definitely. I really don't know what to say about it, but after the whole debacle about the White House, but NBA cares. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, you're right. NBA care. I think it's a great thing that they're doing. Let's hope to see more teams do that. That's something that's big. It's something that's positive, and we need more positivity, not just from our leaders, but from people that are influential as well. Shouts out to LeBron James fans and Cavaliers fans. LeBron had a record-setting night and a record-setting month recently. He clinched the triple-double average for the month, first time in his career. But he also became the first player in NBA history to register more than 30,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, and 8,000 assists.
He's a man.
He's up there. He's one of the top guys in the history of the game. But you got to win, big fella. You got to win championships.
Yep. He's got what, 3?
He's got 3, but he's 3 and 5 in the finals.
Yep.
It says something that he went to 8 straight finals, but you're 3 and 5.
I won't count that first finals with Cleveland though.
Got to count it.
Why?
You got to count. Who was it? Mo Williams.
Yeah, it was a horrible team.
Dante Marshall.
Dante Moore. Dante Jones. Sorry.
Dante Jones, but he had a Marshall on there too. What was his first? I can't remember his first name. He had a team full of nobodies.
Right. That's why I don't count it.
But yeah, LeBron James is easily the best in this era, and I don't include Kobe Bryant in this era because Kobe Bryant was on the tail end when LeBron really started peaking out.
True. I give you that. I don't know, bro. LeBron, the best of the era.
Yeah,
99% correct.
Okay, who's better than LeBron in this era? In this era, right now. The last 5 years. Daniel Marshall. There you go. That's who it was. That was on the Cavaliers team.
The only reason why people don't put him here is because he only got 1 championship, and that's Kevin Durant.
No, I don't think Kevin Durant can be put in that place yet.
He got that 1%. Shoot, whatever. He dominated LeBron in that finals last year.
That's one finals. LeBron
when you're the best player,
straight.
when you're the best player in the era, and somebody comes and takes your throne dominantly, you got to put him in the conversation. I'm sorry. LeBron had no answers for Kevin Durant last year. None.
But that's almost the same situation. How many times do we see teams say, okay, let LeBron get his. LeBron's going to get his. Stop everybody else. But at the same time, I agree with you on certain aspects of if you want to be the guy, you got to take that last shot. You got to take control of the game.
He never wants to take the last shot.
You can't defer. You have to be that guy.
You got to have a clutch. You got to have a clutch gene in your body for me to call you best all around. If you're not clutch, then that makes me question a little bit of your GOAT mentality.
But like I said, it's just 1 year. It's 1 year. We might see it again this year, so we'll see what happens. LeBron's developed his jump shot a little better. Exactly like Evans Davis said on the Facebook Live feed, that one championship could have been a fluke.
Yeah, but Cleveland. I understand.
Especially look at this new roster.
I can understand if he had one good game against LeBron, but it was the entire series against LeBron. You can't fluke 2, 3, 4 times in one series. I'm sorry, you can't.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We will definitely see because it's coming. It's right around the corner. Playoffs start in April, and I'm looking forward to it because it's gonna be fun. Major League Baseball though, it's back. Baseball's back. I'm happy about it. We got some other moves coming out that are playing around.
Come on, man. Do you realize that my Yankees are 5-0 right now?
It's spring training, JP.
I don't care about that.
Jesus.
If we could get the Yankees to play in the regular season like we're playing now, I said last year that we was going to be.
It's a long time from October, JP.
Did I not say last year that we was going to be back?
It's a long time from October.
Why are you avoiding my question? Did I not say last year that my Yankees was going to be back?
It's a long time from October.
Coach, he's avoiding my question. Come and get him. He's hooking on the spin
I'm not avoiding the
Ref.
question. All I'm saying is,
Mr. Ref.
Like perfect example. Todd Frazier's already. I'm sorry, it's not Todd Frazier. Todd Frazier plays for the Mets now.
That is correct.
Frazier's already out with a concussion. Clint Frazier's already out with a concussion. Injuries happen. Look at the Mets last year. We got riddled with injuries, and it destroyed our season. Don't jump to conclusions yet because you haven't even got the opening day yet.
Does anybody know who Clint Frazier is?
Doesn't matter. He's a Yankees outfielder.
Yeah, to go along with Giancarlo Stanton, Brett Gardner, Aaron Judge, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Aaron Hicks. I think we'll be okay.
No, we're going to see. We're going to see.
Let me ask again. Who is Clint Frazier again?
We're going to see. We will see. So I found out Cody Carroll, the pitcher that reported the spring training for the Yankees.
Yes.
His wife is Amber Carroll from WJCL here locally.
Really?
The local news station. Yep, didn't even know that. Put 2 and 2 together when Big Frank was like, hey, yeah, they're married. I was like, what?
Hey.
Nice. Congratulations to them.
And not to mention Russell Wilson coming in spring training.
Do you agree with that? Do you think Russell Wilson should even be there?
Yeah, why not?
Don't you think that spot could be available to another young, developing talent?
Who?
I haven't seen the Yankees farm system in 3 years. So
I mean, most of the farm system that we did have that was of any relevance is already on the roster. So
that's still another spot that you know he's not going to play during the season. You could give that spot to somebody else.
But we do know Russell Wilson does play baseball.
He does play. That's not the point. What I'm saying is Russell can play baseball. What I'm saying is we know Russell. We know when opening day hits, Russell Wilson is not going to be anywhere near Yankee Stadium.
Russell Wilson is a natural baseball player, bro.
I understand. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is...
Okay, so what's the difference between him and Tebow?
Tebow's actually playing baseball. Tebow doesn't have another job.
That's because nobody would hire him.
It doesn't matter. Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
Why are you taking up a spring training spot for the New York Yankees when you know you're the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks?
Why not?
Why not be the courteous person and say, hey, I know I'm not going to play baseball for you guys. I'm just here for kind of more show than anything. How about we just give this spot to a deserving possible prospect that you might have to call up later this year if you have an injury-prone season?
Okay, so let me give it to you this way. With Russell having that spot, wouldn't it give those up-and-coming players more time to develop? Seeing that Russell is not going to see Yankee Stadium, so you say?
But you're missing what I'm saying.
But who's to say when football season starts, Russell won't give up that spot, and then that well-deserving player that's been well-developed while Russell had the spot.
Who's going to – are you talking about for the Seahawks?
No. I'm talking about Russell Wilson having the spot for the Yankees. That's what you're disagreeing with, right? So that would give the developing player more time to develop. So since you say Russell will never see Yankee Stadium, why not let the kids develop more? Let Russell get his little spring training thing on, whatever, during the offseason of football.
It's not even the whole spring. It's 5 days. It's not even the whole spring training. There's a difference between, perfect example. Okay, I see what Evans said. He said Deion Sanders. The difference between Deion Sanders and Russell Wilson, Deion Sanders. Russell Wilson. He actually. Deion Sanders actually played in Major League games and still played football.
Okay, so who's to say Russell can't do that?
He hasn't done it yet in years.
Because this is the first time he's bringing spring training with the Yankees.
It's just the. But how long has he been in the league? How long? Has
in
he
what
been
league?
How
in
long
the NFL?
How long has he been in Major League Baseball?
This is his first time.
No,
this
it's
is his
not.
first spring training.
Russell Wilson was signed to the Texas Rangers for years.
Oh, well, if Texas don't know how to utilize the man, that ain't our fault.
So you're telling me that you think the Yankees are going to turn around and say, Russell Wilson, you're a part of our team. We want you to come and suit up and be part of our 25-man roster.
If the man can play baseball, why not? Why not? Bo Jackson did it. Deion Sanders did it.
And who's done it since?
Who?
Who has done it since?
I mean, the days of doing that are kind of over, but
You're
that
proving
doesn't.
my point.
But that doesn't mean Russell can't do it.
It's not going to happen.
Just because Tom Brady doesn't go and play catcher for the Boston Red Sox doesn't mean that he can't. He just chooses not to. So if Russell wants to go and play baseball with the Yankees, which was kind of odd, seeing that he plays with Seattle. I thought he went through with the Mariners, but
he got traded.
Oh, well, be that as it may, why not? Why not diversify your bonds? Why? If this man can think about how much Russell Wilson's stock as an athlete would go up if he already won a Super Bowl. So how much would his stock go up if he went to the playoffs and actually had an impact for the Yankees and had something to do with them going back to the ALCS or to the World Series?
What position? What position?
I mean, honestly,
that you have such a stacked squad.
I mean, honestly, if I were the Yankees, common sense would say put him at pitcher because he's got an arm, but then that would affect his football season. So I don't know. Put him he can't be a slot back. He's not big enough. Put him in a wide out. Maybe I don't know. So he'd be a small tight end.
Russell Wilson. How did you go? We're talking about Russell Wilson playing baseball,
right?
How did you get the tight end?
Oh, God. What position? Yeah, because I was talking about him pitching and it would mess up his arm in football. I can see him being a shortstop. Maybe a well, that would put Didi out of a job. Maybe a second baseman. Maybe a first baseman.
Okay.
Who do you have at first base right now?
Okay.
Who are first baseman? Greg Bird and Tyler Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be a first baseman, dude. Come on.
Okay.
You can even be a second baseman.
But to be a first baseman, you have to have what? Your first baseman has to be an absolute power hitter.
Why? Greg Bird is not a top power hitter.
Your first, traditionally, your guys on the corners have pop, right or wrong.
If I look back in the history of our first baseman,
I'm talking about in baseball. In baseball logic. If you're playing the corners, you've got pop at the plate. Dominic Smith, Wright from the Mets.
David Wright
from the Mets. He can hit.
I mean, you just named two Mets.
You want me to keep going?
Name somebody from Kansas City or
from the Royals
or Cincinnati or. I mean,
that's good. I will give you the Braves. Let's give you the Braves. I mean, Freddie Freeman. Okay, yeah. Pop.
Okay, yeah.
Pop.
But who's
third base? Manny Machado. Pop.
Yeah, but who's the third baseman for Atlanta? Camargo. He ain't got no pop.
He can hit though.
But he ain't got no pop.
He can hit. He's a solid hitter.
You said pop. That means out of the park power.
The man's hitting 299 last year.
And
he's hitting 299.
He had 4 home runs and 27 RBIs. That's not par. His on base percentage was .331.
He got called up in the middle of the year. He only had 139 at bats.
For 139 at bats to average 300, that's not bad, but he ain't got pop. Park out power? No, that's what no.
Most first basemen traditionally have pop. Plain and simple. Am I wrong? The average first baseman is known to have pop.
History shows possibly.
I mean, it's you can't hide the fact. It's true.
But, okay. At first base, do we really need more pop?
You can never go wrong.
No, we don't need more pop.
You can never have enough.
You know what we need?
Look at this. Look at Texas Rangers. Who's their first baseman? Perfect example. This kid played in the South Atlantic League. We saw this kid come up.
Okay.
Joey Gallo.
Okay.
The only person that I've ever seen hit a home run to the video board at Grayson Stadium. 460 feet.
That's wonderful.
Who's on third base for the Rangers?
Adrian Beltre.
Eggs.
Shell of himself. But look at my Yankees, though.
Oh,
look at my
back
Yankees.
To the freaking Yankees.
But this is who we talk. This is who he's playing for, right?
All right, we're talking about the Yankees.
Didi Gregorius.
Spell it.
Aaron Judge, Gregorius. Thank you. You gonna try me again?
No, finish your
Didi Gregorius, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. That's 3 pops in your lineup. Why not have a guy at first base that could just put the ball in play? Why not?
We'll see. Because right now, your first baseman, he averages he's a 190.
I could bet the bank that Russell Wilson could do better than a 190 average and a 288 on base percentage. I'll bet money now.
We'll see. Right now, your current first baseman only bats 227 for his career.
Come on, bro. You're making my point more legitimate. Come on, Evans, man. Get him back in the coach's box, man. This man's tripping, bro.
So, folks, if you missed the big news yesterday, it was breaking news. It's still breaking news now. Outside of the fact that Roger Goodell is telling Jerry Jones that he wants the money back for all those court proceedings that they did for Ezekiel Elliott. He wants all that money back for the legal fees. But now the catch rule has finally been decided, and the catch made by Dez Bryant and Megatron, Calvin Johnson, are now considered catches.
Yes.
Here's the problem I have with this. You've gone back and you've changed those calls.
But what difference does it make? That was years ago.
In that Cowboys game against the Green Bay Packers, that would have made the difference in the ball game.
But the game was already over, so it don't matter. We're just using this for future reference sake. Now, if it comes to a point where next season, if we see a catch like that, we are now going to say that is a catch.
But that's
using the example of Megatron and Dez Bryant.
But that's just like going, okay, NBA Finals, 3-point basket shot, buzzer. It's at the buzzer. It actually went off.
I'm on a roll, coach.
It went after the buzzer, right? But the officials went back, reviewed it, and said, "Oh no, it was good." Right?
When?
So wait. I'm just giving an example. An example. You're in the NBA Finals.
Right.
Championship, Game 7, NBA Finals.
Right.
Cleveland, Golden State. LeBron hits the shot at the buzzer. They go back to review it. They say the shot's good. 2 years later, the NBA comes back and says, actually, LeBron's shot was no good. Golden State should have won that game. They would have won the championship.
You can't. That's not a good comparison.
Okay. What I'm saying is the Cowboys were playing, and I'm a Redskins fan. I hate the Cowboys. The Cowboys were playing the Green Bay Packers in the championship, in the conference championship, right?
Right.
That play was the deciding factor between the Cowboys winning and the Cowboys losing. If you remember, the Packers won it off of a long field goal.
Yes.
That would have put them out of distance to be able to win that game, even with the field goal.
True.
It changed the landscape of the game. Look at the Steelers situation. It's the same situation. They called that catch back after the man caught the ball and lunged. They called it back.
True.
You changed the out. Tom Brady wouldn't have been in the Super Bowl this year.
True. Everything you're saying is true. However, you can't rewrite history. You can't go back. You can't go back and give the Cowboys the Super Bowl because you all of a sudden you want to say Dez Bryant caught the ball.
So what do you say now? I'm sorry.
No, there's nothing you can do. So there's no point in saying sorry. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these controversial catches,
put an asterisk by the Super Bowl title.
No, not even. Because at that point, nobody was even discussing whether it was a catch or not. There was no debate this strenuous in it. We weren't talking about it this hard.
But watch
because
this,
now it's happening all the time.
But this is the thing, though. If you look back at the history books, who won the Super Bowl both of those years?
Let me guess. New England.
New England. Who did the Patriots beat to get to the Super Bowl?
Who? Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, you're like Charles Barkley in analytics, dude.
That Steelers call that they said was a catch.
Who's to say they would have beat Seattle? Thank you.
Who would have beat Seattle? Talk about the Cowboys?
Yes.
But give them the chance. That's what I'm saying. It was a catch.
I'm just saying now in my opinion, they've done the right thing.
I mean,
they've taken a controversial situation and they're using 2-3 prime examples. So next season, 2018, 2019, we're going to say, if
debate.
These catches look like this, no need to sit there and expound upon whether it's a catch or not. If it looks like this and the situations are the same, it is a catch. No questions asked. No controversy, no anything. So now that we know that in this day, the Des Bryant, the Megatron, the I can't think of the other guy, we know that those are catches now.
Jesse James for the Steelers.
Yeah. Now that we know that those are catches now in this rule book right now, there shouldn't be any more controversy about whether it was a catch or not next season. We shouldn't have the debacle that we had this past NFL season. It should be, okay, yeah, that was the same thing as Megatron. Oh, so okay, now that's a catch.
Megatron was this obvious catch.
Yeah,
obvious.
Des Bryant was an obvious catch.
Nah.
Yes, it was. Des Bryant was the same thing as that Steelers dude. That ball popped completely into the air.
No, the Steelers when he had caught the ball and made a football move and dove toward the end zone.
And it popped out his hand.
Des Bryant was falling with the ball. Am I wrong?
Did the ball pop out of the hand?
After the ball popped out of the Jesse James hand after he crossed the plane of the end zone.
And I mean, to be honest with you, Des Bryant made a football move too. He took a step and lunged.
He took one step.
As long as you take one step, that's a football move.
Two.
This isn't basketball.
2 steps consist of a catch.
I don't know anything about that.
One step in college. When you're catching the ball going out of bounds, how many feet do you have to have down?
1.
In the NFL, how many feet do you have to have down?
2. You're right.
Thank you.
You're right. Yeah, but that's it. Come on, man. Really, you're
but
comparing.
Once you've made 2 steps, you're a runner at that point, and the ground cannot cause a fumble for runners.
Okay, the ground can't cause a fumble for runners?
No.
So when that ball popped out for Pittsburgh, what was that?
He was already in the end zone.
Doesn't matter. You got to survive the ground, right?
He was a runner.
You got to survive the ground, right?
He took 2 steps.
But you have to survive. But the rule says you have to survive the ground, right?
He was already a runner.
But it doesn't matter if you're a runner, a diver.
No, the ground cannot cause a fumble as a runner. The ground cannot cause a fumble.
Did the rule not say you have to survive the ground? It doesn't matter anywhere. You have to survive the ground in the middle of the field.
That's on a catch.
Did he not catch the ball?
Listen to what I'm saying. Let me break it down.
You're saying in like a diving catch scenario.
I'm going to break this down. I'm going to break this down.
You're saying in a diving catch scenario.
I'm going to break this down.
That's what you're saying.
Let me break this down. He caught the ball on the 1-yard line, took 2 steps. At that point, after those 2 steps that he took, he was then a runner, just like Ezekiel Elliott, just like Beast Mode. He was essentially a halfback running to the end zone. When he lunged towards the end zone, broke the plane of the end zone, which is automatically touchdown by itself, and hit the ground after the dive, then the ball came loose. He was a runner. He wasn't even a receiver at that point. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay.
I guess.
You still don't get it? You still think Wisconsin should have been in the Final Four?
What?
You still think Wisconsin should have been in the college football Final Four?
Because they lost to Ohio State. What the?
Just bringing up
old
stuff. Just bringing up old stuff.
Oh, hell no. Where did that come from?
Let's look at some scores from around the NBA, folks. We went off on a tangent there.
God,
JP is skipped today.
I wonder if they still have this thing if we were playing pickup football like at Daffin Park or something, and the ball pop out my hand. Oh, that ain't no catch. That ain't no catch.
What?
Yeah, I'm just saying. If we were at the park playing football, and I sit there and catch the ball, and I take 2 steps, and I fall, and the ball falls out, you think they're gonna be like, oh no, it was a catch, it was a catch. No, we're gonna be arguing for an hour talking about it wasn't no catch.
No, it's a catch.
Whatever.
That's a catch.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. Philadelphia won the Super Bowl. Let's move on.
Folks, scores from around the NBA last night in the action. The Hornets beat the Bulls 118-103. Cavaliers over the Nets in LeBron's great night and great month, 129-123. The Heat beat the 76ers in Wade fashion. Wade County was on full alert last night. Wade with the game-winning shot, 102-101 to avenge the buzzer-beater loss that they had to the 76ers 3 weeks ago. The Wizards over the Bucks, who play the Golden State Warriors tonight, 107-104. Trailblazers over the Kings, 116-99. Clippers beat the Nuggets, 122-120. Let's look at the standings right now to see what it would look like if the playoffs were to start today. Who would be in? who would be out. Right now, 8 seed in the East, Miami Heat. I love it.
Miami's just elated to have Wade back.
So this is the discussion that Evans and I had last night. I
wish I could have been in on that conversation.
Is Wade coming back next year, or is this Wade's retirement tour right now?
This is his retirement tour. He's Go ahead, brother. You got a beautiful wife at home, man. Chill out, sit on the beach or something. Yeah. You've done wonderful with the 2 championships that you have, bro. Yeah. Come on, man.
Right now, the 7th seed in the East.
Hall of Famer.
7th seed in the East, the Philadelphia 76ers. The 6-5-4 Milwaukee Bucks. Greek Freak and the Bucks are in the 6th seed. The Pacers are in the 5 seed. Washington Wizards. John Wall, Bradley Beal holding it down, minus John Wall. Still getting it done. Number 3 seed, the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2 seed, Boston Celtics. And a sleeper. This is really a sleeper because nobody really talks about the Raptors. They're the number 1 seed in the East.
Oh, yeah.
By half a game.
Yeah, we knew that a couple of weeks ago that it was. Now, what's interesting right now, the playoffs started, Cleveland will be playing Milwaukee. I love that matchup.
Yes, that's a
God,
great
I love that matchup. Yeah, let me have that. Let me have that in a 14-game series. I need that in my life, boy. That's danger zone for Cleveland.
It's a great matchup. Looking forward to seeing that if we do get to see that matchup. That's going to be fun to see. Let's look at the Western Conference. Number 8 seed right now, Los Angeles Clippers.
Out.
Who's going to take that spot? The Lakers?
No, I'm talking about if they stay the 8 seed, they're out. It's over.
It's a good chance the Lakers get that spot, though. The Lakers are 21 games out from first place in the West. They're only they're 6.5 games behind the Nuggets. And because the Nuggets and Clippers are tied for the 8 seed. Yeah, that's scary.
They're 6.5 out.
From the 8 seed.
With 22 games to go.
It can happen.
It definitely could have happened.
Won 3 straight now. It's good. To see the Lakers back in the playoffs would be huge for the West.
Yeah, then they run into Houston.
Yeah, first round.
Goodbye. Thanks for coming.
You would think, but imagine if they just so happen, it's not going to happen. They run into Oklahoma City in the playoffs. You got Paul George. The Lakers fans are loving Paul George right now. Anytime he shows up, they love him.
Oh, yeah, because they want him.
But Clippers fans, you're the number 8 seed right now. Number 7 seed is Oklahoma City Thunder. 6 seed New Orleans Pelicans. Trailblazers at the 5. Spurs at the 4. And Timberwolves at the 3. Number 2 seed in the West right now, Golden State Warriors.
I love every matchup in this Western Conference. If it ended right now, I love every matchup except the 1-8.
Yeah.
Every other matchup is up in the air. Golden State, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, New Orleans. That ain't no easy way.
That number 1 seed is Houston, and they have a straight shot right now, but they got a few teams they're gonna have to worry about. Back to the Lakers, though. I'm curious to see what they have coming up in the future to see if they can get their way back into the solid standings of into a playoff race. They got to go Miami, San Antonio. Orlando should be a win. Denver should be a win. Yeah. The Lakers have a tough couple weeks coming up here. They play some of the top teams in the league back to back to back. So we'll see what happens. I want to see what happens when Isaiah Thomas and the Lakers return to Cleveland and see LeBron James and the Cavaliers. That's a home game. It's in the Staples Center. Think it's going to be some love shown? None.
For who? LeBron?
None. No love. Do you think Isaiah Thomas is going to speak?
No. Why would he?
We'll see. We will see. But yeah, I mean, Evans. We'll see. We'll see if they're easy out or not. But it's a game they should be able to win. The Lakers have bought out Corey Brewer from his contract as well today.
Corey Brewer ain't been right since Florida. Come on, man.
Lord.
He ain't been right since Florida.
Did you hear Shaquille O'Neal's son, Sharif, has signed with the UCLA Bruins?
Yep.
Next thing we're going to hear is UCLA is under, because his whole family was wearing UCLA shirts. They're now under investigation by the FBI. They gave them that apparel.
Ugly, man. Golly. There's a lot of ugliness going around in here today.
That probe situation is absolutely insane, folks. And it's reached all the way down to the HBCU landscape as Kyle O'Quinn, current player for the New York Knicks, has been implicated as well in the probe by the FBI into the NCAA. Played for Norfolk State, was part of that Cinderella team that made it to the Sweet 16 for the Spartans of Norfolk State. So, yeah, it's crazy. I don't
Nobody
know
is safe anymore.
I don't think he did. He didn't do anything though. So, It's interesting. Dwayne Wade last night made a point to honor one of the victims from Parkland, from the shooting in Parkland, Florida, Joaquin Oliver, who was actually buried in a Dwayne Wade jersey. He was a huge Dwayne Wade fan, and he's dedicated his season to this young man and his family. That's big, man. That's big. Man. That's a big man move right there.
Absolutely. That thing still blows me away. And
it's a crazy situation. As we saw today, Dick's Sporting Goods has said they're no longer going to sell assault rifles.
That's a good move.
We'll see who follows suit with that.
Walmart.
Walmart sold shotguns. They never sold assault rifles. They sold pellet guns.
I've seen some guys come out of Walmart with some heavy artillery. Bro.
Those airsoft guns. They look like guns, but they're not. They shoot little plastic BBs.
You would know.
They hurt. They sting. But yeah, it's still a sad situation. Folks, if you didn't get to see it, the policeman that is now retired, Scott Peterson, said that he was not a coward. He was not afraid to go in. He did what he was told to do, and that was go to the football field because he thought the shots were coming from outside. He said he instructed the faculty to go to the video room to review and find who the shooter is, where the shooter is, and get a positive identification on the young man. So he's fighting back. He's not just taking all this slander coming from the president on down in his name. It's an interesting situation.
Can I say a word on the radio?
What word?
The A word. Can I say that on the radio?
I don't care.
Man, the president's monkey ass know good and well you wouldn't be running in no school after no shooter without no gun.
Yeah.
You sit there and act like you Superman, bro. You sound like a darn fool. Oh my God. When I heard that, I want to put my hand through my TV and just choke his little stupid ass. Huh?
So what did President Trump say?
He said he would have went into school armed or not while the dude was shooting up the school.
Wait. President Trump said that he would go into a active
He would have
shooter
went into
situation.
that and acted without a gun.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. President. Go ahead with your bad self, Mr. President.
You sound like an idiot.
Go ahead, Donnie T. You got it.
You be doing us a favor, guy.
That is crazy. Well,
sound dumb. Knowing good and well you wouldn't go in there while no active shooter with assault rifles. You gonna be Superman with your blue tie and your comb over hair and talking about trying to be a hero. Shut up.
Well, they got so much stuff going on in the White House right now. Jared Kushner, the son-in-law of President Trump, has had his temporary clearance removed. So he no longer has a clearance to work in the White House, but they're still keeping him on staff. Don't know how that's going to work, but I'm sure they'll find a way to make it work. Currently, Billy Graham is lying in honor at the Capitol building. In the Rotunda.
I watched it at Toyota when they brought him in. Very somber moment. So I didn't follow Billy Graham like that.
Did you ever notice a younger Billy Graham looked like Fitz from Scandal? Am I the only one that noticed that? You know what I'm talking about, right? He looked like Fitz from Scandal in his younger days. Olivia.
Wow. Fitz from Scandal. Oh my God. Got kind of getting off these rails here for a second out there.
President Obama has been quoted to say, "We didn't have any embarrassing scandals." He's right. They didn't have a single scandal during Obama's term.
Not at all.
Not one. No sexual assaults. No security leaks. Nothing.
We went from having grown men to kindergartners in the White House.
All we had when President Obama was president was
the birth certificate.
You had the birth certificate and a raging fire about him wearing a tan suit to a press conference.
Oh,
the suit was nice. I need to find that
Steve Harvey collection.
It was nice, very nice suit. But yeah, it's a lot going on in D.C., man. Trump has again called out the Attorney General Sessions. We'll see. This is a mess. It's a lot going on. Did you catch Monday Night Raw on Monday? I need to talk about this.
I did not.
You missed Roman Reigns' promo.
I was trying to look it up. I can't find it.
This was the best promo that Roman Reigns has cut in his career. Ever.
It's about time.
Ever. Best one ever. And it felt like it really, you couldn't tell. It felt like the old Attitude Era days where you had to kind of figure out, okay, is he talking from his heart or is he talking off the script? You couldn't tell.
Was he reading it off his wrist?
Nope. You couldn't. It was good.
You ever realize that you never see the Titantron when somebody's cutting a promo?
I never thought about that. I wonder why. Why do you think that is?
Might be a little bit of hidden script right there up in that Titantron.
Well, no, I don't think because the fans are going to show it. Because you see people's video when people are cutting promos, you see people's videos on YouTube, and you see it just says Raw or SmackDown, which Cena will be on SmackDown tonight, by the way.
You know there really isn't any Titantrons anymore. They don't have Tron videos. It's just the person's name.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, you noticed that. I don't know. Did he curse?
He didn't say anything too bad, so we can play it here on the air. Wrestling fans, this is probably the best.
A few years ago at WrestleMania. You gotta survive a trip to Suplex City on the greatest.
Right. New Orleans, Louisiana. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
If anybody wants to give me tickets, I'm willing to go. This is gonna be interesting.
This is a good promo, folks. If you like wrestling, if you like wrestling back in the day, this is the closest thing to an Attitude Era promo that you're gonna get.
Should I even sit on the edge of my seat for this? See, I don't like it already. He's taking too long to talk.
I was in the same mood until they started talking.
So when I say I'm going to WrestleMania and I can beat Brock Lesnar, I'm telling the truth.
Okay, and
let's wait. It's coming.
He's thinking too much.
Just wait. It's coming, JP.
The truth.
Here we
the
go.
Truth is a funny word, you know. I don't know why I'm covering for this guy. You guys want to know the truth? They're not going to like it back there, but I'm going to say it anyways. Brock Lesnar's not here tonight. Up until about 30 minutes ago, I thought Brock was going to be here, but something happened or the other and he didn't show. And nobody will say this back there, but I'm going to say it. Brock Lesnar is an entitled piece of crap who hides behind his contract. I mean, think about it, y'all. Think about it. We are 6 weeks from WrestleMania, and the Universal Champion is not here today. We were in Vegas last night. Brock was in Vegas. He wasn't at the Elimination Chamber. Guess where he was? He was running around the strip taking pictures with Dana White and the UFC on social media. You want to know why? Because he doesn't respect me, he doesn't respect any of you, and he doesn't respect anybody in that locker room. And I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it. They all know it back there. We all know it. Every single week, me and them boys run across this world and we bust our ass. And Brock just shows up whenever he wants to, when the money's right or the city's right. But we don't care. It doesn't matter how many people show up, how big the town is, I'll be there. Because I said I'll be there.
He's shooting, bro.
But it's good, though. It's good.
Shoots are always good. Shoots are always good, dude. You never go wrong with a good shoot.
And Brock and Paul, don't worry. They're going to come out here and say, we're businessmen. Well, guess what? I was born in this business.
True.
My family and my bloodline is this business.
True.
And I was taught at an early age that there's a fine line between business and respect.
Wow, wow.
And I'll say this right now. I don't respect Brock Lesnar. And I damn sure don't fear that bitch.
Okay.
I think I've said enough now. I'm going to go and head to the back, take my ass chewing like a man, because unlike some people, I actually care and respect this place.
So, folks, that was Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw this past Monday. If you guys have been missing out on wrestling, I think it's about to get exciting for WrestleMania. It was a good promo. It was the best promo I've seen him do ever. Ever.
No, man.
What?
Oh.
Which one was better?
But
he didn't say believe that.
All he did was say what everybody else was thinking.
How? I mean, it's almost the same.
Are you thinking
but
he's
it's really the same line that John Cena used against The Rock, but better. I think it was better.
So he's copycat.
No.
He's a ghostwriter.
No, because he actually used
facts. I think the promo between Cena and Roman was kind of better.
I don't know. We'll go see. Rumors are out that Bobby Lashley is soon making his return within the next few weeks to WWE.
Bobby Lashley can.
What?
I can't say that. Oh. Producers aren't paying attention. He can.
Oh, well, I mean, he's a talented product. It's going to be interesting to see what he does.
Just because you were a world champion in TNA for 8 months doesn't mean you're going to come in WWE and try to take over stuff.
I think he'll be on Titus Worldwide. No, Adam Titus Worldwide or the New Day. That'd be funny.
No. You cannot taint the New Day by adding Bobby Lashley. Titus Worldwide, yeah, I can see that. But what's the point in having Titus Worldwide around anyway? You give him 3 title shots in the last month and you don't win any of them.
That is true. What's killing me is I want to know what they have for Braun Strowman for
he'll be in the main event.
I
promise you he'll be in the main event. If he's not in the main event, WWE done messed up.
He's not going to win it, though.
Why he won't?
They're putting the strap on Reigns. It's obvious.
Oh.
We've
wants seen it. Reigns with the strap already.
Nobody wants it, but they're going to put the strap on Roman Reigns.
Why they can't do Braun Strowman like they did Seth Rollins just without the Money in the Bank?
Yeah. Or they do
if you could put the Hardy Boys in a during WrestleMania tag team title match at the last minute, you could put Braun Strowman in there during Universal Championship match at the last minute.
Which makes me think, has Carmella cashed in yet?
Nope.
WrestleMania, Carmella cashes in. They're doing some kind of work outside of our studio, and it sounds like there's some extra things going on. Folks probably can't hear it, but they're doing work in the yard behind us, I think. I forgot about it.
Oh, wait a minute.
What are you trying to figure out?
I gotta look something up real quick.
What do you got to look up? Folks, you can
Did Carmella win that? She won that at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So she has till...
And Corbin cashed in already.
And lost.
Yep.
So she has till about to be the middle of the year to cash in.
She'll cash in WrestleMania.
No, she'll cash in the night after.
Depending on who wins. Who's Charlotte facing?
Nobody knows.
That's going to be an interesting situation. Like I said, it's WrestleMania season. I like that they're giving Jarius the Warrior Award.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a big. Oh, you haven't seen that yet. I'm sorry.
I heard about
it. That's a big plus for the WWE. WWE Hall of Famer in 9th grade. That's epic. Everywhere you go for free for WWE. But so congratulations to him. Folks, there's always 5 ways to catch our show. The TuneIn app, Facebook Live, YouTube, speakingthemic.com, WQTSradio.com. And did I say Facebook Live? Facebook Live, of course, as always. But we're here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Hopefully we'll have Yusha Thomas here on Friday in the studio. He's supposed to be here today, but some things happen, and we got to adjust and get things ready. Friday, we will have the entire breakdown for the MEAC Conference Tournament next week. That's the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament, HBCU. It's one of the 2 HBCU conferences in the nation for Division I basketball. And we're going to have all those details for you on Friday. So you're going to want to make sure you guys are here with us on Friday to get all the information, all the details, where to go, when the games are, and when you can see Savannah State in action next week in the conference tournament. Don't forget, folks, I will be here next week. Plans change. I'm not going to Norfolk, so I will be here because I don't want to miss my flight to go to Tampa for my service assault training. So lots of big things going on here in the near future, and we hope you guys are sticking with us. As we get new information, you guys get the new information. This has been the Sean Brown Show on WQTS with JP in the building, live from Savannah, Georgia, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Y'all have a great day.
Shout out to Evans Davis for being an ass clown, not telling me he was in town.
We will see y'all on Friday.
Punch you in the face. I don't like you, Evans Davis.
Listen, SB with the truth, it might pierce your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.